want to make it clear about the statements from prime ministers. Okay, based on the motion about everyone or individual to have to pass a political general knowledge test in order to vote, the first point that I have to say here is, as the prime minister have said that when someone wants to vote or learning about political knowledge, they can study for 2 months up to 5 years. So what I want to say here is that someone can be easily repeat or learn about it easily, because we know that everyone have a different knowledge and different perception about comprehending the political knowledge. So in this occasion, I would like to say that there are standardizations for people in order to vote in the elections. As we know, the status quo for today. In our country, the standardization for someone to have the elections is someone who has an age above 17 years old. So it means that it cannot be easily to require a political knowledge for someone, especially under the age of 17 years old. As I have said before, that it is because the prime minister don't say about the limitation of the age of those who want to have a political knowledge, especially to vote. And for the second point that I want to clarify for the prime minister is, they have said that it is really crucial for education to have a political knowledge. In this case, let me tell you that it's not always crucial for education to have political knowledge, because as a prime minister said that it can increase the democracy and we can support in democracy. And let me clarify this one, that it's not always a political knowledge that can make us be participative in democracy. Why I say so? Because in democracy we can do another thing. For example, is we can have or following competitions, or can make increase ourselves for literacy about our nationality, so it can be eligible for us to have democracy, right? And for the third point that I want to clarify for the prime minister is they have clarified the statements that if we have a political knowledge, it means that we have been easily to judge someone. Let me underline the word here, judging. We can say that judging can have negative perceptions for us, right? Because it can to us to have a bad argument for others, and it's really have a bad impact for someone, especially to vote. They tend to have a bad perception for others, and they be easily to judge them without knowing everything about them first. So it's really a bad habitual actions for someone. So actually I disagree about someone who can who have a political knowledge first to vote something. Okay, so that's why from the clarifications that I have said before, we are as the leader of opposition have 3 important points here that I want to clarify to you. Why actually this one shouldn't require the political general knowledge test in order to vote for someone. Let me tell you, the first one is political knowledge to vote is not only the best way to vote, as I have said before, because it can make a different perceptions for people. As we know that political knowledge is really sensitive, right? It just only learn about something about a country or how to vote the election or everything, but it can make something or someone to be violence or have a violence thing to comprehend something. So here I want to clarify to you that in order to have voting, someone doesn't always to have a political knowledge, right? Because it can lead them to a bad situation or something, and just like voting someone twice or abundantly, or in Indonesian we can say it's golput, right? So they only can break the rules of it if they have political knowledge easily to vote. So, and the second point I want to clarify to you is they tend to increase a bullying or because of judging someone carelessly. And as I have said before to you, that someone who has a political knowledge, especially they who have a bad perception, they will be easily to judge someone, and it leads to bullying. As you know, the bullying is a really hard case in Indonesia. It's really in fact the mentality of all the people here, and it can make a young generation be cast down and fell down and can't doing anything, and so it's really a harsh thing in our country. So let me clarify to you, because of that, the political knowledge is not the best way to vote, because we know that we can make other information or receive other information for another aspect, just like communities, or it can be learned from teachers. Always we have following a competition or anything else, and it is because the political knowledge has sensitive information, especially about racism, and it can make a people a misconception about that. And for the last point that I want to clarify to you in this case is, by having a political knowledge, especially for someone to vote, it can increase bad information or uncertain information, or let me say, in our country, it can I can say in Indonesian is like hoax. So we can see that if we carelessly say the information that's not good, or that's not we don't know the source of it, so it can make require individuals to pass a political general knowledge, and it's really bad for our actions, and it can impact us to have a violence or a violence thing for everything. So that's why we refer to bilateral positions, and we disagree about someone to pass a political general knowledge. Thank you.